Hello, I just try to test the sound. Can you actually hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear what I say? Testing, testing. Okay, great. What I would do, I probably would turn it off until 7 o'clock and then I turn it on again.
I feel like I'm reading the news now. You know, ITV.
Hello, everybody online. Can you hear us? Are you ready? We got Mouse online. Oh, in fact, we got Lucian online as well.
Let Lewis get ready, or we don't want to fluster him in his first virtual.
Apologize, people online, because only me can see the screen, so I need to tell them what I see on the screen. So, are you ready, Lewis? No.
Shall we? Good. Got some notes anyway. We've got an agenda. That's good.
You ready?
Are we ready? Are we ready, Lewis?
Yes. Just for him to record who online as well.
Well, so shall we go through? So,
yes.
Firstly, shall we welcome everybody to the first virtual Birmingham Area Committee meeting? I mean, this is exciting. I mean, we're not only transmitting to the Birmingham area, we've gone global now.
Drew is actually in Australia.
We're even in another hemisphere. So welcome to everybody, particularly Drew, who's got up early in the morning to join us. Fantastic, Drew. Absolutely fantastic. So thank you very much, everybody, for attending. So in terms of physical presence in the room, you've got me, Matt Pugh, Lewis McGregor, Larry Chow,
John Butler.
I'm hiding behind the screen.
Yes, yeah. There's a few camera shy people, obviously.
I am.
John saying, why is all empty chairs?
I don't know. So online, we got Miles.
We got Drew. We got John.
Have we got Jess?
We got Jess. We got Lisa.
Excellent. Look at that.
No, John. I don't know how to pronounce it. No, not John Butler. Sean, the French.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Jean. That's what his French accent that was. So excellent. So thank you very much for everybody who's joined us online.
So who was that? That was through Jess as well.
Jess is online as well, yeah. So
Leisha as well.
So is that more recorded now, Lewis? Excellent. So, approval of the minutes of the last meeting?
No.
We're not approving them?
I'm not. I was here. You got me down as an apology.
Oh well, okay. So, amendments to the minutes of the last meeting? Let's put John as present, please. Yeah. But other than that?
No problem.
Everybody okay with that? Yeah. So, any objections online, Larry?
No objection on the line.
I feel like I'm.
By the way, I think the online is maybe 5-second delay on what actually happened.
Okay. Well, so
you only need 5 seconds.
We'll give them 5 minutes to respond. You've got 5 seconds for objections.
No objection.
Otherwise,
do you say no objection?
No objections. Pass.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go through the action decision log from the last meeting. Lewis, have you received any updates? Because since you issued it,
had a few emails from people on different actions.
Okay. Well, if I go, do you want to go through the action decision log? As I've printed it out with the ones that are either ongoing or no response to. So,
yeah,
do you want me to run through?
Yeah.
So the ones that are classed as ongoing, investigate the use of meeting room tech and Wi-Fi access. Sorry. So I think we can class that as.
What I will try to do next is, because we probably want to have a discussion of whether we want that to be a one-way or we want that to be a conference call. So maybe this time we could try the YouTube. Next time maybe we could try the Skype and see how it goes.
I think so. That's a good idea.
Because I mean, obviously, unless somebody like me sitting here now actively try to respond to them, then it's kind of like one-way traffic, really.
I suppose the first question to the people that we're with online is, can you see the video? Obviously,
What they said is the volume and the video seems very good from the other side.
And can you hear what we're saying? Yeah, it's okay in terms of volume, clarity,
Seems
else?
fine.
Okay, so I think we should do that. I think
Yeah.
we should trial both options.
Yeah.
The thing I'll say is that with quite a few people being online,
Yeah.
I think the benefit is that having the YouTube version where you type in your answers,
Yeah.
you don't get lots of cross chatter.
True.
No, true.
So I think that's a benefit. But the downside probably is you don't get the voices in the room that
Yes.
we would like to hear.
Yes.
So, but let's see how it goes, and we'll try the Skype.
I mean, next time what I would do is I will have a camera next time, so we can actually move within the camera as well, so they can see me as well next time.
Okay.
Rather than I have to sit so far away.
We'll get a life-size model, and we'll just put it aside, Harry. So I think we should do that. So in terms of the action, I think we should close that out because we're connected to the Wi-Fi and we're trialing the YouTube system.
And then afterward, I will save that file within the BAC
Google Docs
website file folder as well.
I think we've gone all electronic all of a sudden, so brilliant. So thank you, Larry, for doing that. And Mark, that's complete.
What a difference it makes, you know, whereas we sort of struggle for membership, the committee, and now we're sort of coming almost into the 20th century.
Well, yeah, that's right, yes.
We're dragged kicking and screaming. But
I mean, obviously, the downside for this is people may not be very actively respond or
well, let's see, because we're going to put them to the test in a bit. So all of the people that are online, I'm looking at you directly now, I'm looking into that camera because I'm looking for some commitment for our events. So you can respond by typing in, yes, I will do that action. You know, so just as easily as you can say it. Otherwise, yeah, they're all dropping off now. There's nobody online. What's happened? They've all gone. But anyway, let's move on. Otherwise, we'll be here all night. How are we doing for time? Terrible. 10 past. So events. So this next step, let's not cross over with the agenda. So if it's a next step that relates to an event, shall we pick it up in the events program section?
Yep.
So WMG visit, the contact for Bloodhound, again, those are both in the events thing. Organise member to fellow workshop event. Jess Woolley, are you still online? She still needs 2 hours in her surname, by the way, irrespective of whether she's in the room or not. 2 hours, please, for all. Thank you. So has Jess responded online to say that's all in the bag, or is that something that we're going to defer? Because
you mean the one in January and the one in February?
Yeah.
Just any comment on that?
We probably should pick this up in the events again. But.
Yeah. Just we talk about the events on the 28th of January and the 5th of February.
So just gave you
a heads up on that. Did she say it hasn't been done? Okay. So that's okay. We can pick that up when we get into the events.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jess. I will say your response when we come to item 6. Okay.
So that's an event. 1.24 organised JLR event, think tank event. No, yeah, we've got. So I've got a load of updates about events.
Yeah.
And I've got an idea about events as well. So if that doesn't keep people on the line, I don't know what will. So environmental health in construction lecture event. Update the near you webpage with the next events. Should we cover that under events as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Have a play with the Google Drive area, or so hands up. I went in, I had a quick look. I didn't really do a lot.
Lewis, do you manage to log in finally?
No, yeah. So I had a bit of a struggle there. I tried to log in using the username and password.
Did it work?
Well, it did a security check by text message to the registered code.
Yep.
Which was a bit difficult. It was a bit.
But the thing, once you log in once, then I think you don't need to log in again. So potentially, maybe afterward, we can try to do that.
Let's pick that up then. So I don't know what I logged into then. Did I not?
He did log in as the account owner.
Yeah,
Ah.
and because the account owner number is actually my number, so
Right.
when he tried to log in, a message will send to me. Unless I immediately give him that number, that password, he won't be able to log in.
Okay, so that's a bit of a. So maybe we should set up. Maybe we should create a dummy phone number that we don't, because it's not. We don't actually want to be handing out people's own telephone numbers.
Personally, I wouldn't mind.
But we'll.
But the only thing is, it's security check still.
Yes.
Oh, does it send something to Larry's phone?
Yeah, I don't know if maybe you can do a security check to the email.
Okay.
Because then we could just have the email and details. And
Yes.
And then you can use it.
Okay. Well, let's look into that then. Issue Google Drive link to all members. You did that, didn't you, Larry?
So we close that.
So say again.
You did that. Issued the Google Drive link.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we can close that one out.
Well, I did one just discussed about.
Well, I think leave that open at the moment about having a go in that area, because I think we need to just get that a bit more free access to everybody without putting somebody's personal phone number on it, if we can do that. Send out email for volunteers for promo. What does that mean?
So there's, I think we talked about having a person who would be a promotion officer
Ah,
for
okay.
events, so they would organise.
This is all going to fall in. There's a big section here, section 6.
Yeah.
We need a whole talk about that.
Because I did send that out message.
Okay. And did you get anybody there? Were you inundated with volunteers? No. No. Okay. So we'll have to leave that one going. Confirm details of Christmas event with young members. We tried. We failed. We didn't have a Christmas event. We couldn't seem to tie in with Leisha in terms of the young members, and we didn't actually have a Christmas event ourselves. I think unfortunately the calendar's got that full.
Yeah.
There wasn't the opportunity to have a Christmas
I mean, we probably will talk about that in the event, but maybe in the future we should plan at least 3-4 months in advance.
That's the key to all of this.
Yeah.
Is the forward planning.
Yeah.
Because we've got the ideas now.
Yeah.
I don't think we're short. I think at one point we were short of ideas.
Mm.
I don't think we are now.
No,
We've got loads of ideas.
We just need to
What
pinpoint
we need
exactly
are
when it's going to happen.
some key people to get into some roles
Yeah.
where it's not onerous for each person, but it's streamlined. Is the word I was trying to get out there. Yeah, streamlined. So let's do that. So just close that one about the Christmas event, because that was last Christmas. You don't want to be singing about it, do you? So we close that one, we failed. And then promote the WMG battery visit. Again, we can talk about that when we get into
Events.
section 6, which is the meat and bones for anybody who's not vegetarian. So sorry, yes, it's the heart of the lettuce. This is number 6. So right, we've done our action decision log review. From a finance point of view, online, Miles, do you have a treasurer's report, please? We're waiting on the video printer now.
So,
Miles for his financial update.
Miles, do you have any financial update?
No change already, says.
What I said to him was we do have an invoice for the October event
Okay.
because he wasn't here last time, so I didn't give it to him.
Okay.
But I will post it to him by email later on.
Do you want to just record that and Lewis? Is that all right?
Which is an event for
That was the Proof Technical.
Perth Technical one,
Yeah.
which is 16/12. The event was on 22nd of October.
Yes. Do we know that, just out of interest, do we know the date of the last meeting? Refer back on 29th of October.
Yep.
That might have been in the
Yep, 29th of October, yep.
29th of October?
It is,
Really?
yes.
Was it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, no. That's no good.
Yeah, a couple months ago.
It's an old, that's another book. Oh, well, okay, let's roll with that. So, Treasurer's report, we've completed that then, have we?
No, Miles haven't got anything back.
Has he responded back?
No.
He's gone off?
No, it's still on, I think.
No,
No.
nothing? Well, okay, we'll have to wait for the Treasurer's report.
If not, then he may need to post it to
Yes.
Lewis
okay.
separately after the
So
meeting.
can you take an action, Lewis,
To get the
just
report
chase
from
that down
Miles.
with Miles, please? Is that all right? Now, regional feedback. I went to the meeting for the first time. Do you know when regional meeting was?
Last week.
14th.
Yes. You enjoy it?
14th. Very good, actually.
I think they go free dinner at least. Free sandwich.
So, there was a lot.
Did you attend as well?
No, I didn't
No,
last
you-
time.
no,
No,
you didn't.
I chicken out.
So, I'll just give a quick recap of what was said at region.
Yep.
John Butler was there. Ordinarily, John would do that, but I think because we're in the room, it'd be easier than John trying to type it all into the machine.
Drew said that John have already issued a region report separately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, John has. John Butler has.
Yeah, that's
issued
right.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
The region report.
He has. That's true.
Yeah.
So I'll give a recap of my notes. And let's hope that they're the
Sure.
same.
Yeah.
So I think there was a bit of a pat on the back to say we all submitted our end of year accounts on time. So thanks to Miles for doing that for us. Something bleak then.
No, it's been doing that for
Oh, okay.
the past
I thought I
hours.
was being censored out then. I hadn't even started. So John mentioned about education visits. I made a note about that. There was talk of the Cosford Air Show again. So there's potential that we could be called upon to attend that if people want to go to Cosford and support the IMechE stand there. The Worcester area, Cosford, RAF Cosford.
The one next to Shipton.
For some reason I've got a T in there.
What day was it?
It's the it's the Cosford Air Show, and then at the Cosford, it's a big air show. It's a huge deal. You do have to get there early because traffic is awful. So
Yeah, I think John did ask for some volunteer to help, which
Yeah.
unfortunately to be there by 7, I think.
I think you have to be there at
Yeah,
7.
yeah.
It's Telford direction. So so to get there, you're leaving at 6 o'clock. Sort of.
Yeah.
Or maybe earlier. But it is a very good, the air show. You do get the opportunity to go and see some of the show as well. But you also are sort of manning the stand. So we're going to find out more detail about that. The Worcester area, I mean, you don't have to type all these things up, Lewis, because it's in John's report. So we could just
refer back to John's report.
Refer to John's report. The Worcester area have produced some promotional banners. I've got John looking up there. Some John banners, which you pull up and sort of attach to a metal frame, and it gives you some information about what they do for when they do events and that. They did look very good actually. So I took some photographs for us. I mean, it won't work online, but yeah, I just thought, well, maybe if we get to the point where we've got a good program of events, and we go to, Birmingham City University or Aston or wherever, just putting that up next to the speaker just promotes the area committee, promotes the IMechE, makes people realise what they're attending, and so it is good. But let's get our programme of events up and running first. I think is the key, and then if we want to go and buy one of those or 2 of those, so be it. But I've got some photos. We've got the details. John will know the people to contact. I think I did write their names down, I thought I did, but I can't see where I put it. So there was quite a bit of debate about the Midland Engineering Dinner. I say mixed response around the room as to whether to do it again. But I'd say the majority of people thought really good and do it again. But I think the last minute nature of the organising was the problem.
Did they have a decision for this year, whether they want to do it this year?
So Reza's dead keen to do it this year. So he didn't want to necessarily take up the chair of the organising committee, but he said he would take it forward because he doesn't want to see it disappear. So I think it's something that as a committee
Yeah.
we should support.
Mm.
So I thought this was a very good suggestion because it was mine. So we said each committee member should inquire about getting a company to take a table. Now that doesn't guarantee that every committee member is going to fill a table. But if you think that between Lewis and I, well, we could get one each because we get 2 from 7 trains. So there you go. Straight away from the Birmingham area committee, we could say, yeah, we've got 2 tables.
Yeah.
Likewise, you could ask you could ask at MNB to see whether they're prepared to take a table. The people online can all ask about getting a table. Now, if every member of every committee inquired and bagged a couple of tables per committee,
that's right.
well, straight away you've started the ball rolling, haven't you? And you've got something that instead of Reza having to book 8 tables out of his own company,
that's right.
to fill the venue
Under different names.
Yeah, so we don't really want to be that.
No,
do we?
no.
So, and it would make life a lot easier. And I could get that table booked. I could get 2 tables booked now if we needed to.
Yeah.
Because people book these things in for the year knowing 12 months down the line or 10 months down the line. So if in January we were saying Severn Trent are going to take 2 tables in October. But
I think if they want to do the dinner again this year, they got to be quick rather than wait for another month. Because last year we really struggled. I mean, everybody busy, so everybody really struggled to try to put in the time to actually.
Well, there was a lot of effort put in by a few people right at the end, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And that's not really how it should be.
You want that to be kind of steadily building up rather than suddenly nothing, and then last 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, it's stressful for everybody.
Stress people out.
That's right. Absolutely. So I said I would take it back to our committee.
Yeah.
It was an easy win, I suppose, because I can say, okay, we'll have 2 tables. So from our committee, straight away we're in.
One of the reasons why I chickened out last week meeting was because last week I was having some meetings, so I couldn't actually go. But because in the process of last year doing it, really took me so much time.
Yeah.
So I will be struggled this year to actually commit myself the same amount of time. I mean, I said the rest, I wouldn't mind to help. Last year we have, in theory, we have 6 people in the committee, but obviously Phil and is it? I can't remember the other guy's name, because illness or other thing, they couldn't actually come to the meeting all the time. So realistically, we just really have 4 people struggling. So 4 people really struggle to organize it.
Yeah. And once you're burnt, you don't want to you don't want to do it again. I understand that. So I get that. Now, equally, I didn't hold my hand up to be the chair of the organising committee either. So I definitely did. Yeah. I can't commit the time. There's just no way. Yeah. But I'll gladly support it.
Yeah.
So my sort of contribution to supporting it.
Get the 2 tables.
I can get guaranteed 2 tables and an exhibition stand. And if we can get any more from our committee, so that we go back next time to region and say, right, we've got X number of tables we can commit to.
Well, I mean, if we have so many different areas here, I mean, if each area commit to have 4 or 5 tables, then it's all done, isn't it?
Well, straight away the job's done,
Yeah, that's right.
But not every area will be able to bag that number of tables, I don't think. But even if each area just got 1 or 2, that's got to be a start at the team, hasn't it? So we said that.
Do you know when they're going to make decision?
Let me refer to my notes. I didn't rehearse this, you know. This is just live. So what we said was a rep from the Birmingham area committee is required to be the sort of driver for the event, is what I've written down there. And the theme was going to be climate action, because I think everybody was sort of jumping onto that as a, it's quite literally a hot topic. So,
Sound like, well, basically, sound like they decide to go ahead already.
you know, perhaps I did rehearse actually with that. Maybe. Anyway, so there's that. I think we can sort of quite easily play our part in
Yeah.
that part of that. So I think the Worcester panel, I've written down the Worcester panel's active with new members. So there was talk about the IMechE award to industry and where next. And my question to the committee was going to be: is there anywhere in Birmingham, in the Birmingham area, that we should be putting that forward to head office to say, actually, when you do your next one, we think we should recommend the following place? But I'd written down jewellery quarter. I don't know. I don't know why I've written that. Maybe that was just what came in my mind at the time. I was thinking, well, I wonder whether there's actually any sort of award being given to the jewellery quarter as an area, or you know.
Are they doing something like develop?
I don't know, but that's unfortunately stuff goes in my head and goes back out of it again. So I've got it written down jewellery quarter because I must have thought to myself, well, we must have loads of things in Birmingham that we should be getting awards for.
That's the
The last one that was they received an award like was the Black Country Museum.
Oh, right. What, an IMechE?
Yeah, yeah. I think that was for the new economic engine.
Yes, yeah, I think you might be right there. Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, so you know it's called the IMechE Award to Industry, but it's something done centrally, and that can be anywhere. They can award it to any particular, you know, company or person. So I just thought we should get our thinking caps on and see whether there was anywhere in the Birmingham area that we thought was eligible, and we should nominate it. Because I guess that's the way that they work out who to award the next one to. Is somebody says, well, what about?
If you could see a list of the last ones that they were awarded to, it might give us an idea as to who we could look forward.
Shall we take a next step on the action one?
Is it some sort of competition? Should that be some sort of competition, or should that be?
It's not a competition.
It's like a recognition.
It is literally just an accolade that, that the IMechE awards to a certain group of people, or a place, or a a company. I don't know whether John, would you be able to look on the IMechE system?
I'm going to look on the system to see who they've awarded.
Is that all right?
Yeah. Thank
you. And then we can have a look and see next meeting whether there's any. Where was it awarded last time, and have we got anything that we think we should?
I mean, we did.
Hadley Group.
we did talk about Hadley Group for contribute to the success of the IMechE.
Right. Yeah. Well, they're worldwide.
I mean, during the last year MED, we did talk about should we give award to student competition, that sort of thing. But obviously that will run through the year.
Yeah. Well, I think so possibly, and that could feature in our events calendar. In terms of,
that's right. Yes.
We would run or we would sponsor a competition or something like that.
That's right. Yes.
Okay. Well, we looked at an events brochure. I won't go into the whole of the meeting, but these were the things that I've written down. There was an events brochure which included a wall chart, which one of the areas did, possibly Worcester, I think.
Jew is an interesting idea, but need to have some basis for the award and need to be consistent. Yeah. So presumably that means we need to do it every year or consistently rather than just one off.
Yeah.
So
okay.
That's little. Maybe we just give the regional some idea and then let them decide.
Yeah. I think there was a guy in there from the IMechE head office called Chris Atkins.
Yep.
And I think we were talking around what sort of information you get from head office centrally, what gets emailed out, and some of us were saying, "Oh, we don't get that," you know, we don't, and other people go, "Well, I get bombarded, I get 5 emails a day or whatever."
Yeah.
So it was just a bit of a heads up to people to go in. If you log into the IMechE online, and then you can look at your email preferences. I think I switched a lot of mine off. So because I was getting so many emails, I just thought, well, I've got to stop this somehow.
Yeah.
But then I think I've switched too much off because I'm not seeing the regional events.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's just a bit of a watch out. You might want to go and have a look at your preferences in your email settings, just to see whether you like me, you switched off things that you could do with seeing.
I have to look on the website almost daily because they're supposed to send me an email that says, please look for the people you've got to do for Regulation 13. Whether it should go for interview. And I get about one of those a year, but I have to do Regulation 13 about every week.
Right.
So I have to look to see what they haven't sent me.
Yeah, I see.
Remember that bureaucrats for my license.
Yes, yeah. Fair enough. So there was the final thing.
John said Chris Atkins is the IMechE business development forum, and he promoted membership, and he just did a talk in Birmingham as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think he going around doing something similar to forum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
In fact, last year in the POMS conference, IMechE do have a stand. I think Chris was there as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So that's interesting. So is he supplementing Farah's work? Or
Not 100% sure. I think they have different titles.
Okay.
Yeah.
He did give me his card, so I'll have to look to see what he's called.
I think Chris probably more towards the membership. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then one final thing that came out was, and it sort of ties into our events calendar, and we said we would advertise it as or I've written down to advertise it as an event, is that on the 24th of March, there's a special meeting with Dr. Colin Brown, Chief Executive Officer of the IMechE.
24.
And he's going to present his IMechE vision at Aston University on the 24th of March. So we should advertise that.
Yep,
it's in our area.
Definitely.
He's the main man.
They presumably the headquarter book everything, so we just need to turn up.
Yeah.
We just publicize it and turn up.
Publicize it, yeah. Publicize it to our membership.
Yep.
Our catchment, if you like.
That's right. Yep.
And it's one that we can put on the list.
In fact, because it's from headquarters, so other within this region, probably need to do that as well.
We're young members, Lisa will do the same, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the interim CEO, isn't he?
Is that the position, is it? I didn't write interim, but okay.
That's because they had to find somebody quickly because the last one got us into such a mess.
Yeah. Well, let's see what this chap's vision is.
He seems to be doing something because he's retiring almost older.
Oh dear. Right, so that's feedback from region. An update. So item 6, events program update. So this is the juicy bit of the event, I guess, because this is really what we should be concentrating on. And this is the bit that we've
never been good at.
We're still not any good at it. Let's be honest. But we've got lots of ideas and we've got lots of irons in the fire. And Drew has been prolific really over the last 2 years, harvesting contacts and things like that. So, but we've just not used. So I've made a list, and it's not the full list of people, and I've categorised it in 2 ways: lectures and visits that we've not followed through on. So I won't get you to type them all in straight away.
Do you want me to read out the comment from Jess and other on
from
the
Jess
event?
And who, sorry?
On other people's.
Yes, we've got comments. Yeah.
So Jess said the member and the fellow event need to be postponed because we very late to publicize it.
Okay.
And you commenting that the member and fellow event normally is did by the regions. However, I think last time we did make a conscious decision to actually have one in our region,
Yes.
have in our area.
Yeah.
So I think, so based on that, I presumably we just need to, we still decide to go ahead with that, but we just need to fix a day for that.
So I think that we need to look into the root cause of our problem in terms of why do we not get ourselves geared up to do these events. And I think I've looked at it and I believe that the problem really lies in as much as if, for example, Lewis came up with the idea of an event somewhere, we would then say, oh, brilliant, Lewis, yeah, great, you organise that, off you go. Right. And we all sit back and go, what, Lewis is organising.
And next time you're not going to have an
idea. And then Lewis is thinking, I'm not doing that again, right? Because I ended up booking the room, sorting the catering, advertising it, paying for it, attending it, making sure the person got their part, did all of this. Got a bit of a down talking and afterwards, oh, you didn't get enough people there and all the rest of it. So straight away you're thinking, well, I'm not doing that. So, and I think we've all had a go at doing some stuff and trying to organise things. Whereas, no, this is not a dictatorship. This is just a thought to the committee is, what about if we got in a position where we got some people allocated so that if we have an event, instead of it just being one person going over to you then, John, or over to you, Lewis, or Larry, or whoever, or Drew, doing the Australian visit, we say, right, we've got somebody who will do the room booking for us. So Lewis has got an idea. For example, John's our room booker, right? So where do you think it's going to be? Birmingham City University, Aston, wherever, Boston Court, wherever we say we're going to do it. But John's got a list of information and he knows who to ring. So quite easily, John will go, what's the date of it? I'll see if we've got a room. I'll get it at one of these venues. Can come back to the organiser. Likewise, you might be able to organise the catering or not. Yeah, I can do the room, I can do the catering. Right? Somebody else is organising the speaker. And we get it such that we've got people who just only have one small part to play in the organising of an event. But we do it amongst a number of people so that it makes it easier. I don't know what people think to that.
I thought this had been decided and you pressurised people to get volunteers about 4 or 5 meetings ago.
I think last
we've never really got the names down as to who's doing what.
I think last meeting we were going to ask people to volunteer.
Yes, but
into certain position, but I guess nobody will volunteer.
So we had to look. We did a bit of a race, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
We said these are the kind of tasks we need to do.
That's right. Yeah.
And we had a few gaps, which we said, well, this is almost like a role of a promotion where you take the person who organises it, they write the script, some information, but the promotion officer takes that and they make a leaflet and they put it on the website and they do they advertise on social media. And we were asking volunteers for that, which we had no response.
So that's the key, I think, is we've got it laid out how we think it should work. Lewis has produced the racing, so who's responsible, accountable, and all the rest of it. So, but really, in terms of a racing, is everybody familiar with races in terms of, it's an acronym that means, are you responsible for it? Are you accountable for it? Do you consult somebody?
We didn't have that in the 19th century.
So it's all it means is who's doing what. That's the basis of it. So it's a responsibility matrix. Okay, that's another good description. But it's a who's doing what. You know, let's boil it down to really simple stuff. Who's doing the marketing? And then what we really need is people to put their names.
I think maybe good for each event we could have different. So this time I could be booking the room. Next time could be you booking the room, and then this. So basically, for each different event, we take on different responsibility. So having some sort of variety, rather than I'm going to book room for everything for this year. That a bit boring to me, to be honest.
But ultimately, what you need in that case is you need to know how to do it. So
Yes.
you almost need you need on our
Yes.
Google Drive
Yes.
a document that says
instruction
how to book a meeting.
Yeah.
How to use our social media accounts.
Yeah.
And then you can just say, right, I go on there. Okay, this is my login details.
Yeah.
Do that. This is how I post.
Yeah.
This is who I come. So it's standard
Yeah.
stuff, and then
Yeah.
anyone can pick it up.
Yeah.
And you can,
Yeah. And what sort of responsibility for different roles? Say, for example, if you carve almost a job description.
Yeah.
So if you're doing this time, you need to, if you responsible for book room, you need to contact who book the room, maybe organize the refreshment as well.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
I think that I get where you're going, that it'd be boring if you did it all year. But I tell you now, I think that if you just knew that that was your job for the year, and that's all you've got to do, all I have to do is book the rooms. That's all I have to do, and I do each one. I think that I like the idea of rotating it, but I think that if you rotated it every event, what you'll end up with is people going through the learning curve every event, and what will happen is you'll get a cock up every event from somebody who hasn't quite got it mastered. So I think that what we should do is say, fix the role for a year. After that, you're off the roll. You can rotate with somebody else, or you can step down and have a break if that's what you want to do.
So if we fix the roles for the year,
I would lock it in for a year.
I think one of the tasks they should have to do as well is produce a how-to. So when it switches.
Yeah, the first time you do it, you go, this is I'm the room booker. This is how and the how-to might be, here's a list of contacts at the various universities and venues.
Yes.
Here's the telephone numbers. Here's the rooms that we book.
Yeah,
it's as simple as that. I mean, it's not got to be a fancy flow chart or anything. And I think, if you're the catering person, it might just be that you say to somebody, if you've got a technical visit, you organise the catering with the venue. If you've got a lecture and you're external, you're using a university or a meeting room or whatever, go to a supermarket and buy some pre-packed sandwiches, some bottles of pop and some crisps, because that's the cheapest way to do it.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is what we did when we did the one technique.
That's right.
And everybody's happy. Kit Kat and a bag of crisps and a thing of pop, and everyone was quite pleased with that. But I think we should lock people into it. I say lock them in. I mean, that sounds a bit dramatic, but get people committed to doing a 12-month stint at that, because I think it's the only way you're going to get any sort of slick process running, because that's the problem. We don't do things in time, and we don't do things in an organised manner so that we can go, yes, we've advertised it in advance. Firstly, we've got a whole list of things, and I won't go through them all. We've got a whole list of opportunities of getting either technical visits or speakers. But what we haven't got is a system to get those events booked and delivered in a way that we have enough time to advertise it and get the bums on seats to come and reap the benefit. Because we're putting all the effort in to get this stuff organised. And, you go to these events, and if you've got half a dozen, 10 people there, it's not great for the person who's presenting, because they might travel quite some distance.
Yeah, that's right,
And what is the benefit to the all of the members if they didn't know about it? A lot of people go, oh, I didn't know it was on. So,
do you want me to quickly put together a document to list out responsibility?
Lewis has done it.
We've got the races.
We've got that.
I think to be honest, the race is probably, to be frank, probably only the three of us understand, because we actually work on that system.
So don't call it a race, because it could just confuse people.
That's right.
Let's not overcomplicate something.
Because in that formal job description, I mean, to be honest, like for example, booking a room. Lisha actually mentioned maybe we need to put the names on address book so that we actually know who we should contact. So basically, literally, if we want to book a room in Birmingham U, then we have somebody to contact. Different university, we have somebody, different person to contact. So literally, those will be the name we need to try. So if we can actually list those names and contact number, on that list, on that job description,
Yeah.
then the person responsible for that week or that month can just look at that and say, okay, which one should I go for? And then just make the call.
And then once you've booked it, you can tell the person that's doing the advertising and marketing, it's booked. This is the speaker.
This is the location.
This is the information about the speaker. Yeah. This is the date and the venue and the time and everything else. Can you please advertise it?
Yeah.
And they've got the means then. Oh, I'll upload it to the list server or whatever it is that you know, the thing that's sends it out to everybody.
Yeah.
And I'll post it on our IMechE LinkedIn page and our Facebook page and whatever pages we've got on social media, and I'll promote it. And that's all they've got to do. They haven't got to attend. They haven't got to.
Lewis, would you mind to resend the racing or
don't call it racing.
Maybe let's change the name.
Let's call it. Yeah, let's not call it a racing.
Responsibility.
That's a bit off-putting. So let's just call it a. For you, and but let's just call it roles and responsibilities.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because that's all it is, isn't it?
It is. Yes.
It's
yes.
Event management or event organising. Roles and responsibilities.
Maybe even better if we can actually list out on there what sort of item we need to do. Yeah. Like for example, if you responsible to organize a speaker, you need to confirm
a brief description.
A brief description for the speaker and confirmation.
What we really need then. So let's take a next step. Lewis, you and I, we can do this. We've got an hour tomorrow. We've got it booked in. Right. Let's do a little flow chart that says this is what you do from the point of Drew's given us the contact details. Let's just use this as a real example. I'm looking at you now, Drew. So there's a guy called Simon Roberts from a company called Cordec. He's a technical advisor and he wants to give us a lecture on structural foams. Right. So we know who we've got to contact in terms of. We've already got his details, so we know who the person is. We contact them and do the liaison.
Firm up the day.
Say, when are you available? Yeah. Right, get a list of dates available.
And then the room booker.
Then the room booker. This is when the guy's available. Yeah, can you book a room? Can you book a venue? Once that's done, can you let the marketing person know?
Yeah.
They'll advertise it all.
That's right, yeah.
Who's going to attend and meet the person and be there? We're not all there every event, are we?
No.
Yeah, I'll be responsible for meeting him. And then who will pay for the venue?
Yeah.
Who will pay for the catering?
Yeah.
You know, let Miles know how much it costs.
Yeah, that's right.
Whatever. Job done. I mean, that's it, isn't it? That's an event organised.
Yeah.
So it's possible to organise them. The difficult bit is we don't organise ourselves to make it a success.
No.
I think the actual the organising of an event. I mean, we put the visit on to Coleshill Sewage Treatment Works. We got a few people turn up, and they enjoyed it, and they had a good trip round.
Yeah.
But we could have had a lot more if we'd have, and you know, hands up, it was me organising it. Didn't advertise it. You didn't advertise it in time.
Having said that, in that particular instance, if we have more
we didn't
people,
want any more action.
If we have more people, we may struggle, health and safety wise.
We might have. But the thing is, I mean, wouldn't it be a brilliant position where we put a cap on numbers and we say, sorry, we're full?
Yeah, that's right, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, we've got the think tank. So just as a further example, on poor old people online, I mean, bear with us while we carry on with this. But the think tank, 24th of April, 2:30. John Butler's organised it. But have we advertised it?
No, not yet.
Well,
I mean, if it's April, we ought to start doing it now.
It needs to be advertised now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we need to take a next step to advertise that.
Yep.
Is that right? Because John's now. I don't know whether John might be tapping away there on the machine.
No, John is not in the call. John Butler is not on the call.
Oh, sorry, I thought he was on the call.
No, it's the other John. It's John Bopper.
Ah, okay. Sorry, I was confusing things there. So,
so do you have a query to raise from John Butler?
Okay.
So he's booked it, as you said.
Think tank.
For 20 people, yeah. Think tank for 20 people.
Yes.
Cost per ticket is £15.
Yes.
And he proposes that we subsidise it. So attendees only pay £10 per head.
Yeah. Yes.
To pay it. He wants to agree to that. Do we agree?
I agree. Anybody else agree?
I will not disagree.
Okay, so that's
yeah.
On that basis, I would call that agreement.
What about I think what we need to
Do you
do.
agree to that?
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
I think what we
Do you
need to
agree?
do.
Yes.
I think what we need to do is
Unanimous in the
to
room.
firm up the day for the event we have.
24th of April.
Well, I'm even thinking about
It's booked.
It's booked.
obviously a think tank. Sean do have some comment on the Land Rover thing. I'm going to read that out later on.
Okay, yes.
But the other two fellow and member event, shall we just make a decision to go ahead or not? If we do go ahead, then maybe we just confirm a day, and then we
need to confirm.
full steam ahead.
Decision would definitely do it during 2020.
Yep.
Now we missed the boat in terms of we've got a great idea of organising it for January when everyone was keen.
Yep.
Coming back in New Year's resolution, I'm going to get myself chartered this year. You know, becoming a member, do the event in January, strike while the iron's hot. We got all of that, but we didn't. For whatever reason, we haven't done that. So we need to then think about, well, when's another good time to do it? So we might say, well, member to fellow, that can be any time, can't it? Because people are further along in their careers and their sort of desires to move along, become a fellow. So we could pick any time for that, and then we might, and the membership one, I mean, again, that's people all year round. It's just that we thought January might be a good time to hook a few people in. But yeah, so we should go for it, but we need to get it. We need to get enough time to do all the things that we just talked about. So
presumably we missed anything for January. Do we want to do something in February?
So I think
WMG visit in February.
Okay, we've got the WMG visit in February.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you got the firm date?
24th.
24th of Feb.
So we then had the AGM date, didn't we?
Well, we haven't decided that.
Why not?
24.
Because we haven't decided it.
Come on.
But the thing is,
Don't forget that we have the 24th of March, the CEO talk.
24th of March, CEO. So what I thought we penciled it. I wish I'd got my other book because I started a new book, so I haven't got my notes from the last meeting.
There's something about it. I think I remember last time. It has to be done before the end of the financial year.
And when is that?
End of March.
And is it? And is that the end of the
I think there's
financial
something
year?
particular about that. Or it has to be done before the region
AGM.
Right.
Which, because it was the 16th of March last year.
So
I thought there was some other reason, other thing we needed to do, where we needed to advertise it with a sufficient number of weeks. Was it sort of like
For the AGM, yes.
Was it 4 weeks or
something like that?
Something like that. Because if it's 6 weeks, we need to advertise it now.
Yeah. So okay, let's think about this then. Let's think in January because we've run out of January.
Just say the region AGM is 12th of May. So
12th of May.
Yeah. So I think normally the area is probably a couple of weeks before the region, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's just think about the way the calendar is going to run in terms of events. January, nothing. Right. February, we've got an event, WMG. March, we've got an event in terms of Colin Brown.
Yeah.
That's March. Yeah. April, AGM. It's got to be April.
Think tank as well. We've got.
And think tank as well.
Tank.
Yeah.
So think tank is on the 24th.
Yeah.
So let's go back a couple of weeks. What day is the 24th? Do we know? Everybody frantically looking for electronic gizmos.
He's faster than me.
Come on, Larry. Tuesday
Of March. Yeah, Tuesday.
What day do we normally have the AGM?
That's a very good question.
Tuesday. So let's go for the 10th.
Thursday.
Not Thursday.
No, Tuesday, Thursday.
Tuesday. Say that again. Sorry.
Tuesday, Thursday.
What do you mean Tuesday, Thursday? Wait about Larry now. You're confusing me now. Tuesday.
Last year. Well, in fact, last year we have it on Tuesday. Oh no. I think Drew actually meant the region is Thursday.
Oh, I say, okay.
But last year the area have it on the Tuesday, 26th of March last year.
What about the 10th of April? Is that a Tuesday?
That's Tuesday.
And it's in April.
When's Easter?
That does clash with Easter, doesn't it? I think I'm pointing now. That's very rude. On mine as well. I do apologise. Yeah. Don't do that, we're on the telly. So yeah, do we need to look at when Easter is? 3rd of April then?
12th of April is Easter Sunday.
What about 3rd of April then?
3rd of April.
I'm sure we'd already agreed this previously, you know.
It's not in the ABL.
Lewis, I don't know why you didn't put it in there.
It's a Friday, the 3rd of April.
Oh, that's rubbish. That can't be right.
To me, it's the 7th of April.
3rd of
which
April.
is a Tuesday, or the 31st of March.
No. 3rd of April is a Wednesday.
No, it's definitely.
Oh, sorry, beg your pardon. I'm looking
Friday.
at 2019.
So,
Can't get the
7th of April. That's a Tuesday.
It is.
So why don't we say the 7th of April? Let me just click on it, see what it says. Well, that's handy. AGM.
Easter Monday is on the Easter is on the week after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 7th sounds good.
7th of April. You're putting this in the machine, Lewis. 7th of April. So 7th of the 4th.
Is AGM.
20. AGM. I'm getting a massive deja vu here because I'm sure we talked about this previously, because we were talking about doing it at the same location again, weren't we?
Maybe that was when.
What's the name of that hotel?
Yeah,
Ramada Hotel,
Yes.
Penn's Hall.
yeah.
Yeah. So we can do it there.
Penn's Lane.
Penn's Lane. That's it. So we can copy the AGM details from last year.
Yeah.
So the thing that we need to do, this is the key now, is we need to organise a guest speaker for the event.
Yeah.
So again, we try and make it more inclusive in terms of the audience. So it doesn't necessarily have to be an engineering topic. So we've had people like the National Trust.
Yeah.
We've had the lady RNLI, correct.
Yeah.
We've had
Jewellery.
We've had jewellery making. We had Rachel Segers, wasn't it? What I can't remember her surname. Segers, yeah, who gave us inspirational speech about going round that, doing that trek in super quick time.
Yeah.
The first time.
Yeah.
And we've had her 2 years running, so I suggest we definitely don't get Warwick's. But they're great, sparse speakers, but we don't want them again.
Yeah.
Because that's not the idea. We should have a bit more diversity.
I mean, previously we go for them probably because we have run out of time. So
well, the
that's
first
the last
year,
resort.
I got them in because we were running out of time, and I know a guy who's a member
that's
of
right, yeah.
Star Speakers.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Can you or one of your group come
Yeah.
and talk? And in fairness, Rachel came along, she was brilliant.
Yeah.
The second year, we were in the same boat again, and we're running a bit short of time. Can somebody come? Now, as it was, it was the same lady again. So it was a bit. I sort of thought, dear. We had the chap who talked about being out in that polar station as well, didn't we?
Yes.
So we had a few good speakers. But in terms of in the room or online, have we got any suggestions as to who we would like as a speaker for the AGM?
I've just got to confess, it was my idea in the first place to have what I call a ladies' evening.
Right.
That's how it started.
Yeah.
To sort of basically say, this is for our partners. Because I was in the Birmingham Association of Mechanical Engineers, and that's what we've been doing for years.
Yeah.
We had somebody talk about Victorian glassware. It was that sort of thing.
I think that in terms of the way we market it nowadays, because there's a lot of women in engineering now, so we don't need to. Just to give it broad appeal, I think is the key, really, isn't it?
Yes.
And we don't need to market it as a ladies' evening.
Don't market it as that. It's that sort of thing to sort of say, we want our partner to come with us.
Yeah. Be they male or female. Because a non-engineer, that's what we're talking about, potentially. I mean, some people are married to engineers, others aren't.
Yeah.
So, but we need to choose a speaker that's going to be of interest to a sort of a professional audience. That's what we're looking at, and wider. So it's not everybody is a professional in terms of their career.
Something with appeal.
Yeah, so like the person who came and talked about the National Trust and the back-to-backs, I found that really interesting. I thought that was really good. Whether we can get somebody from the Black Country Museum, I don't know. Maybe. Or...
Shall we talk about the event first, and then we can allocate duty? So what about? So we have something in April. What about May? Do we have something in May?
Well, before we go running away, so I get where you're going, but before we go running away, the AGM.
Yeah.
Of all the things, so the member to fellow thing, we thought about, we were going to do it, and we didn't.
We can do it afterwards,
right? But no, but what the point I'm trying to get across is the AGM. We cannot miss.
No, definitely
so
not.
we need to make sure before we go on to the next event and the next event, filling up the calendar. We need to know who's going to book the speaker, who's going to book the room for the. This is our first trial of organising an event, and it shouldn't be too difficult.
I was going to suggest to have the list of event first, and then allocate who the lead.
Oh, okay.
To actually do each event.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking time, because by the time the next meeting this comes about, we've gone past the AGM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
So can we say then, in terms of, and I know this is excluding the people online, they might not mind. Can we say that between me, you, and Lewis, we organise the AGM?
Yeah. Okay.
Can the three of us take that action?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Because if we don't organise that properly,
nothing will happen.
Nothing. We might as well hang up your boots.
Definitely.
We haven't had the busiest calendar of events this year. I think next year we've got a fighting chance of we could really.
I mean, to be frank, we'll be the same bunch of people. So, well, I mean, we actually will plan for next year as well, anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, well, then of course there's all the people who've got to put their names up for. For election.
I will propose you.
Well,
and John will second you.
Second it, isn't it? That's
it. Before I second, could you wake me up?
So. Okay.
Yep. Well, the three of us. Yep. We sort out the AGM.
So can we take the action? Is that all right, Lewis? That's going to be the easiest thing we can organise.
Yeah.
We need to organise the whole shooting match. So it's got to be book the venue, sort the catering,
get the speaker,
pay for it, advertise it, get a speaker.
Yeah.
They're advertising.
Yeah. Well, you can be in charge of the order of the photographs. I think, John. You've got it off to a T there. So, but shall we say it's going to be the 7th of April?
Yeah.
Hand up.
June's going to organise the event with Colin, with Jess.
With who? Sorry,
Jess. No, June.
Colin Brown.
Yeah, Colin Brown.
Colin Brown.
Yeah. June and Jess going to organise that.
When you say they're going to organise it, what they're going to do? Because isn't it organised already?
No, well, book the room, those sort of things. I suppose.
I thought that was being done by
maybe it's just advertised
centrally.
Yeah, but anyway, well, June said, yeah.
Okay, that's brilliant.
Yep.
So is he going to advertise it as well?
Leave it to them. Probably with Jess.
Jess. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Drew. Okay, brilliant. So do we want to try and now flesh out the rest of the?
Yes, I think one of the issue previously is because we can't not 100% sure whether the event will happen. So that's why we thought, so maybe good to actually pinpoint, flush out when things going to happen, and then we allocate duty.
So I thought
we list of events when they happen in location in the organising.
You've got them?
Yeah, I've got it. It's on the AGM. AGM.
From previously? Yeah. So, is this?
It's on a separate tab.
Oh, I didn't print that. So
I only have the front page as well.
So go on then, Lewis. Take to the
floor. Ignoring the charts and the members.
Yep.
Yes.
AGM WMG visit on the 24th of February.
Yep.
Organised by the Reza.
Yes.
We've got the Colin Brown meeting on the 24th of March.
Yeah.
Before you continue, Ju said the event for the CEO is not advertised yet. The CEO want to do it in the Aston, so somebody will need to book a room for that. Okay. So that's why
Is Drew doing that?
That's right. Yes.
Excellent. Yep. Thank you very much, Drew. That's good.
And we've got the AGM on the 7th of April.
Yeah.
Was that already in there, or did we do, or have you just put that
I
in?
put the date in, the AGM was there.
But we haven't now.
We haven't booked today.
Well, let's go for that then.
We've got the think tank visit on the 24th of April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've got 12th of May, Diamond Light.
Diamond Light, so that is the one that Miles has sent an update through about that, hasn't he? So, and that's a visit, isn't it? That is a visit, which includes a lecture when you get there, I think. And this is one that Miles has done previously.
Are you recording? Can you on the CEO on the Colin Brown event? Can you make a note? You're going to give Jess the contact in afternoon to book rooms.
Brilliant. Okay. When he does that, does Drew have access to the Google Docs? You know, the Google Drive and our documents?
Not 100% sure.
Okay. Because that's, if we can start building up our list of venues and contacts,
yeah,
that would be a great place to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Where's it? What's next on your list then, Lewis? Oh, no,
so Diamond what?
Diamond Light.
When are we going to do that?
12th of May. Yeah, yeah. So on that action decision log, you're dead right. I forgot all about that. You know, on the other tab on that spreadsheet, that's got all our events listed out.
The environmental thing I'm going to do is potentially we can do it in June.
The what? The
environmental.
Momentum.
Environmental health and in construction. Item.
That's the one that you're going to do.
Item 1.26. Well, actually, one of my environmentalists going to do it.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So at the moment, I try to pinpoint her to a date.
Environmental. Yes.
Yeah. So if you put down that will happen in June, then when I go back, I will actually fix a day with her, and then next time or in between next meeting, I will tell you what day we fix to.
Brilliant. I've just had this is just what you might have noticed or not, but I had a thought whilst you're doing that. You know, on your other tab where you've got the list of events, have you then got some columns with
who responsible for that?
Who's responsible? Who's doing the marketing?
So
who's booking the room? Venue.
I've got location. I've got organizer and support. We can just change.
So we could do.
I suppose what you need to most important, if you actually have the one name who actually responsible for that.
Yes.
And then if we not allocate other helper, then that person will need to go away to get help.
Okay. Well, we'll have a quick look at this spreadsheet tomorrow. And what I think with a bit of, I can help you with that, Lewis. I know you struggle with that sort of thing. Lewis does all of this for me. Lewis does all of this. But we can sort of.
I thought there were three things that we had to do as a committee,
yes,
which was, one was in search of excellence, which is getting people to do charting.
Yes.
Then there was a second one to help them fill the bloody form in. Then there was the third, which was the member to fellow.
Yes.
So where's the
middle one?
The middle one.
Okay.
What's that filling in for?
Yeah, it's sort of now. Previously, I that's been done by workshops with Farrow. So, yeah.
Because I thought it was a committee responsibility, or it was years ago.
Okay.
And so I was just thinking that is another thing.
Yes.
We've got besides.
Okay.
Here's an idea. What we could do is, in our new world of social media, we could make a video which is about how to fill in a chartership form with the IMechE, put it on our YouTube account. Might get a bit of hits.
Why not?
I think that's a brilliant idea. In fact, the other two things, which
I
is
think you could do that, Louis.
in search of excellence, I think it's called, and then the member to fellow. There's no reason why you can't have a back.
Because I bet there's not a video how to do it.
Well, are you in the process of doing that now? I could film it.
Yeah. But you could almost have the, exactly.
I mean, we could have pixelate out the address, you know, the mansion in the leafy Warwickshire countryside. But we could use you as a real life example.
I think a lot of people probably said, how to get chartered or how to fill in the chartered application.
Yeah.
And it probably drive a lot of views to our channel. And if we say, oh, we stream our meetings, and you start to build.
I keep forgetting. I'm on the.
The IET did one for how to actually, the interview.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we haven't.
Well, that'd be quite good.
Well, I suppose we can do a mock interview as well.
Well, you say that.
You use him as an example.
No, I'm on to the next week. Next week. I'm pretty sure IMechE mock interviews. Main's way. So that's our Derby office.
17
Are you
internal.
doing that?
I'm being interviewed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, make sure you film that then.
Unfortunately, Lewis, you
When
didn't
are you
quite
being
make it.
interviewed?
It's a mock interview.
Is it
Mock
internal?
interview. So we'll film that and we can post it on our video.
Exactly,
Not
good.
necessarily of you, Lewis. You might become obsessed and get all egotistical about it and wanting to be on every video.
Can you put an IMechE banner at the background?
Birmingham area.
Yeah,
You
that's
just
right.
edit it because you're talking and then you can have like.
Can I come over as well?
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Can I just be cautious? A lot depends on your interview panel.
Yeah.
I'm very, very light.
Yes, true.
With the people that
True.
I've got as the panel.
But this one's a mock one, an internal one.
Yeah.
It's internal.
So it wouldn't be the actual.
It's an actual interviewer who's coming in. Kevin Gaunt. Do you know Kevin?
The name doesn't ring a bell. But all I'm saying is, be very careful that you think that's the way the interview goes.
No,
Yeah.
And then
somebody else gets a different.
Different interview have different way to
Yeah.
interview people.
Some, I've got to be careful, are very into, A1, A2, A3.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. Yes.
Others, they just want to actually say, all right,
Yeah.
tell us about what a job that you've just done that you're proud of.
Yes.
And I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, funny you mentioned that, because last year in the Telford POM conference, that's the discussion I have with Chris Atkins, because I always, when I did my interview, the two panelists, they never actually talk about my technical thing in my report. One of the guy actually focused on environmental, the other health and safety. So the two of them actually talk about health and safety and environmental rather than my mechanical technical.
Yeah.
Which is quite different to what Chris actually told me. So as you said, it really depends on the interviewer, what their focus is. So could be quite different.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have to caveat it and say, this is an example. This is one technique that an interviewer may employ. But this can't be, it's not representative of every interviewer.
It's unlike the IET, 50% of it is a presentation.
Yes.
And then the rest of the interview.
Yeah.
We're different. We don't like you bringing a computer in.
No.
Unless you're going to use that to show us.
No. Yeah.
But the other thing is, how do I put it? You're actually trying to encourage people to actually say their passion. If you're sitting there going, like I'm sitting here, it's, okay, you're immediately sort of putting their backs up because you're not showing a passion and a professional
drive for what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's worth noting. But I think potentially, I mean, they might not even let us film. So, but let's.
No, but I think it'd be good for driving the channel, building a bit of a following.
Yeah.
Surely Kelvin will agree with that.
I'm not. Let's ask the question.
Yes.
Let's ask the
That'd
question.
be good as from an actual interview to say, well, this is how I run STEM.
Yeah. I mean, I'm dead keen. I'm all up for it. But let's just ask the question. Let's just take it as a next step. Oh God, we've gone next step.
When is it?
Today.
When is it again?
It's the
31st.
31st. Yeah, 31st. So, did we want to go down the rest of the list of potential events that we've got?
I think if Lewis can compile that list and then tentatively put down who
Shall we
responsible.
populate it offline?
That's right.
That
Yes.
would be a better
I think
way.
that's easier.
Yeah.
Then in
Otherwise
between
we're gonna bore
meetings.
people to death with a list of.
That's right. Yes.
So it looks like we're going to have an event every month.
Yeah.
To June, and maybe,
Yeah.
maybe 2
Well, we could go more, and then we take a break. July and August, we won't do events those months because people are on holiday. Universities are broken up. Everything, that's a break.
Some universities should be broken up.
And then we'll start again, and then we'll start again in earnest in September. Back to school, back to uni, back to everything else.
May I suggest that you try and get your up till Christmas? Right, 4.
Yes.
I think
I think we should get the date in for the Christmas social as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Let's fill the whole calendar.
Yeah.
Let's not do July and August. Do we agree? I mean,
Yeah, I think.
Oh, no, you shouldn't.
Let's not do July and August, but let's go through to June.
Yeah.
September, October, November, December.
Yeah.
Job done. And if we're in that position.
And then every meeting, if we can actually make sure we have the event keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think because we can populate this offline, we can circulate it to everybody, so that you've all got a copy of it. You can have a look at it, comment on it, and we can do a bit more offline. Because that's the problem is that it's great having a meeting and everybody's all on, enthusiastic.
This is one of the disadvantages actually of this.
Teleconference.
Is that you're not threatening anybody visually to say you're in this.
That's right. Yes.
I would never do that.
Or we can delegate.
But I can stare into the camera.
Look at Jess and then delegate the work to Jess.
Irrespective of your condition.
Let's see whether she say anything.
You can make excuses about having children and all that sort of thing. You can still organise these events for us.
This is a board meeting where I think I'm looking for volunteers.
Yeah. Well, so I suppose it is easy for people to not volunteer and not be able to see into the.
I should be online next meeting.
But the point is that if we put it out there and we get no response and we don't get enough people to organise it,
then we delegate.
We can either delegate, we could delegate, or we could just bring into question what people are.
One people less. That could be Jess.
Jess has gone now. I do apologise. So she knows what I'm doing. So we can just ask people, what part do you want to play on the committee? Because that's the question we've got to ask, really.
I mean, as usual, always that very delicate balance. I mean, if you push people too hard, people don't even turn up.
Exactly. So it's got to be.
This is why there's 4 of us.
Yeah. But let's strike the balance between not having only a very few people doing a lot. Let's have a lot of people doing a little bit each, and then let's make it easy for people by just saying, this is the only bit you've got to do. I'm sure we can get some buy-in.
Yeah, this is where, as I say, I've got to this age where do I come here often? But Jess was sitting there, and when this organisation I thought had taken place at this one meeting, and she was going to be the room booker.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look who we've got down as the various
because it comes down to personability. Yeah, if she was booking, I can see she would book well.
Yeah.
Because.
Well, I mean, Jess has sat on the region meeting and organised everything on last Tuesday.
Yeah.
She's doing a great job. But with all due, in joking aside, she's actually, she's got a lot on at the moment.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And so we should actually be backing away from Jess. But there's other people on the committee who can pick up those roles.
This is, again, going back to my interviewing. I used to be chair and co-panelist before I became facilitator. But I can remember being a chair and asking somebody, why have you left it, you can't ask this now, why have you left it to your age to actually apply? And the facilitator says, because he was raising his family and getting on with his career.
Yeah.
And You can't argue with that.
No,
that is the sort of age of a lot of people.
Yeah. So, what we can do, I think we've got the potential.
I think, as you said earlier, if the three of us can go away and tentatively sort out the list up to December, and then give it back to the rest of the committee.
Give it to the committee and say,
see if anybody got. Yeah, that's right.
Can people fill these gaps?
That's right. Yeah.
And if we get nothing back, we need to question. Well, what are we doing as a committee?
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be viewed as an onerous thing to do. If it's only a burden if you've got everything to do and you've got no idea how to do it.
I've got to say, I'm extremely pleased that there's 3 people of your age, and Jess and the others coming onto the committee, because before it was beginning to look like a bit like a waxworks with the waste. It needs younger people with younger ideas. And younger organising.
So I'm looking now for some younger people now.
I'm looking at one.
Yeah, it's Lewis. It's all yours, right?
Well, the problem again is if all duty fall onto one person, then next year he's not going to turn up.
Yeah, so we won't do that. We definitely won't do that. So if we feel that we're overburdening any one person, we will.
I mean, on the other hand, if you feel being overburdened, then do voice it out, and then everybody can help.
Lewis does imagine me something chronic afterwards. We can on those
He
actually.
says we'll do this tomorrow. He means I'll do it.
I do get that. I do get that. But sometimes you need to say no to the boss.
Don't believe it. Don't believe it.
He's done it too many times before.
Come on. Moving on. We've got section 6 complete. Yep. John, what were you going to say? Because in the interest of time, not all of us are online in our sitting on our armchairs.
Yeah.
I wonder what you're going to say.
Armchairs. So, Alicia is Lisa.
Alicia, are you still in? Young member.
Young members.
And then I can't actually tell whether she's tapping or not. But I suppose this coming year we got to have a bit more interaction with them.
Yeah. Well, Alicia was at Region, so that was we had a bit of a chat, and we can cope all of the things that we put on our agenda.
Alicia, do you have any report from the young member? She said, "I'm here."
Yeah. What we can, all of the things that we do, we can
Yes. Well, exactly. Yes. I mean, even all those talk or visit. We can co-organize.
Co-organize.
Or even if we don't ask them to contribute effort, at least we can
co-promote it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yes. There's no reason why not. I don't see why we're not. Everything that we do should be co-promoted.
Yeah. So she said we are planning events. Agenda not full yet. So maybe, Lisha, if we can actually,
well, if we send out our agenda to Lisha,
yes,
say,
that's
this
right.
Is our calendar. This is how our calendar's looking.
Yep.
And if we've got any clashes, and it looks like actually we're trying to pull on the same audience on the same day.
Yep.
We're
moving around. Yep.
With the exception of the AGM, probably.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Let's nail that.
Yep, that's right. Yeah. Yep.
So that's young members. So the only thing we now need to work out is we've got the AGM on the 7th of April. It's only the 21st. I'm looking at my book. 21st of January. So I think that something towards the end of Feb as a meeting. Now we've got the event on the
young member. The young member apparently they running something SOFE. What's SOFE?
Further education is the end of it.
But anyway, they also doing the design challenge as well.
Yes.
So as we said, potentially we just run our idea through past them as well, and then make sure we helping each other rather than try to compete with each other.
Definitely, we're complementary. There's absolutely
speak out for engineering.
Speak out for engineering. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll support that.
Yep.
From this side.
So, Lishan, what we will do is Lou is going to pass you the agenda as well, so we can me and forgot your name. Matt. Yeah, going to talk to you, see how we can actually work together closer.
you've got within your organisation civil engineers and electrical engineers, haven't you?
Yes.
Who are involved with actually their committees.
Yes.
Is there anything that can be piggybacked?
With
Yeah.
IET, yeah.
Well, IET and I mean the ICE, they're very strong and very active, aren't they? And they're sort of a bit standalone, aren't they? Quite often. Yeah, we can ask the question. We'll definitely ask the question.
Because I think there's opportunity there. We've done it once or twice in the past, but not enough.
Yeah.
And they have got lecture theatres, and in that case you can get it free.
Yeah. Well, let's ask the question. But we'll try our best to sort of piggyback onto what they're doing, but let's create our standalone calendar and then see how we can.
Lewis, maybe post meeting, what you can do is to actually on the young member, if you record the next meeting for the young member as well, then potentially we could turn up in the young member meeting as well. I asked Lucian, first Thursday of every month. When's quarter? She said first Thursday of every month by conference call, presumably, she said, and then once every quarter face to face.
Well, should put action for leisure.
Tentatively, they have a meeting on the 13th of February. So potentially we can, some of us, if we want to go, we can join there as well. Then maybe we can aim with aim with that list and then run through that with them as well.
Great.
Tentatively, I can go then. 13th February.
So we just need to, because I mean, in the interest of time, it's 8:30.
The meeting been ongoing for 1 hour 40 minutes as well.
Wow. So we didn't quite start.
Yes, because I started a bit early as well.
A bit earlier, but yeah. So this is a classic. This is a feature film. So date of next meeting. That's the only thing to organise now. So end of Feb, Tuesday, end of Feb. Hit me with it, Lewis. Go on.
25th of Feb.
Get out. Read it. 25th. Is that what we're saying?
It's the last Tuesday.
Yeah. Do we like the sound of that?
So
25th of Feb.
25th of 5th. Do you say?
25th of February.
Of February. 25th of
And
February.
Pipe Hayes Golf Course in the daytime.
25th of February.
So
yeah, actually, that's.
Here,
do you know? That's actually sound good because on the 13th we have the young member meeting. So potentially I can bring back some feedback from there.
Excellent. So I'm going to put IMechE.
Next meeting 25th of February.
And the one after that will be the AGM.
AGM on the 7th. Birmingham area, 25th of February. Excellent.
Shall we stop the conference?
Yes, thank you very much, Internet.
We're going to turn off the internet. So thank you for coming.
Thank you all.
See you next time.
Added that into my calendar. Is that it? Are we done? Excellent. Save that for posterity. So, unfortunately, I've got to